Two is too long. Johnstone fires it back in. It goes into the corner. McAdam plays it ahead. Now we've got another little mix-up. And Paul Holmgren wants to go after Eddie Johnstone, and then the other Minnesota player came in and whacked Johnstone from the side. And now the benches are clearing, and look out, here we go. And the referee has his back to the whole thing. He's over talking to the police.
Yeah, he's not even looking at this.
He's not even looking at it. He's gone over to get a sheet of paper.
So everybody's going to get thrown out. The league makes money now because there'll be fines. But they're really throwing one another around in the center of the fight. Again, Holmgren, the big tough guy. Yes, he went after Eddie Johnstone.
It was the other Minnesota player that came in and really cracked Johnstone from the side.
Bob Mano's a smart one. He's got Cicerelli. That's the fellow I'd pick if I was out there. Pick one of those little guys, go after him.
Now they're still.
Danny Gear's in it now.
Danny Gear's in it with Brad Maxwell.
Johnstone just threw somebody down.
Giles, that was Giles, and that's when the player came after him. The referee, this is really funny, sitting over along the rim of the circle making notes. Saying, all right, men.
This is how hockey has changed. I recall years ago a game played at the old Olympia, Toronto and Detroit. The benches erupted and everybody was in a fight. And the referee, I don't know if it was King Clancy or Bill Chadwick at the time, they were right in the center of it. They were in the fight as much as the players were. Now the referee gets a pad out. He's like a stenographer out there, circling the pile, taking down notes as to which players he will penalize.
Maxwell and Gare were going at it pretty good.
What a shot, Bruce, of the gloves and sticks on the ice.
Giles is the one that is talking with the trainer, actually. Still, they're pushing and shoving in the circle off to the left of the goal. Both goaltenders are down there, Mikulev and Milosh. So Mikulev has to draw a penalty, and so does Milosh for leaving their goal creases.
We'll be here another...
Well, not Milosh, Beaupre. Milosh is on the ice.
Milosh is on the ice. He come off the bench. I did not see Greg Stefan. Is he out there too?
I don't know. If he is, I'll bet on him.
He's in the middle of it then. He's out there.
He normally is.
Yes, he's out there. I see.
He'd normally be right in the middle of it. He won't be holding somebody off. There he is.
Well, all I'm going to say is that it's going to take a good 5 or 10 minutes now before we get any action resumed. There's only 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go, and the picture of the gloves and the sticks, they're a good 30 gloves and all the hockey sticks and helmets down on the ice.
I thought the funniest thing of all was the referee. He had his back to the entire fracas and wasn't even looking at it. He was over at the bench getting a pad and paper.
And that's when both benches come out on the ice. He didn't see any. You know, there used to be such a thing. The first fellow that left the bench would get the penalty. There was no way he would see who come off the bench first.
He's got the big legal pad over there, but I don't know what he'd have to do with a legal pad. Everybody on the benches is on the ice.
Right.
He lost control of the game a little bit earlier in the period when they were firing away at one another.
Well, it's too bad things like this happen. It's a 4-1 hockey game, and there's only 3 minutes and 19 seconds, but I think the North Stars, their muscle fellows, Plett and Holmgren, they're the ones really
still want to go at it. There's still Holmgren having conversations right at center ice.
They acquired Holmgren just back a couple of weeks ago from Philadelphia just for this reason, to give them some more muscle.
Kurt Giles is still down on his knees. He was the one that was taken to the ice by Eddie Johnstone, and then it was Holmgren that came in and gave Johnstone a whack, and then it was another player that followed up, and I couldn't detect right off the bat, but they were unhappy with Johnstone's work on Giles, and that started the whole fracas. And the referee over now is studying Collins. Giles coming out.
He went to shoot the puck, and and then he got a stick up. And Giles, yes, he cross-checked Giles, I guess you would have to say, because Giles come in and run right into his stick. That's what you call feeding your stick to the player. Giles swallowed part of that lumber, I guess. He's down and has some chipped teeth.
So Eddie Johnstone bringing the stick up that time, and that's what started the whole fracas.